Before you were saved, you weren't just in a hole trying to get out of the hole of sin. You weren't down in a hole screaming, hey, God, help me. And then God kind of reached his hand down and kind of said, okay, yeah, I'll give you a boost. You kind of climbed up with a few rocks and grabbed God's hand, he pulled you up. That's not what happened. In fact, God didn't see you in a hole and you were crying out for help and he sent you a ladder and you climbed up that ladder and said, man, I made it. That's not what happened either. In fact, I would say you weren't even in a hole. You were in a grave. You and I were 6 feet under spiritually. We had no way to even call out for help. The Bible says that we were dead in our sin and trespasses. And God, in his own mercy and grace, looked down upon dead sinners and came down to where we were. And watch this. And then he entered into that death with us. He went to the cross, and there he died and gave his life as an ultimate sacrifice, the end of everything God had been promising. And in his death, he provided full satisfactory payment to all of God's demands. God then raised Jesus from the dead. Now watch this. And now Jesus comes to every one of us in our spiritual grave, and he breathes life into us. And then suddenly when Jesus breathes life into us, we rise up, we're like, oh. And he takes us out of the grave. So it's far worse than just being in a hole needing a ladder, okay? It's far worse than just being in a deep hole hoping somebody hears you yell for help. You were in a deep grave. You were dead, and God sent Jesus to enter into that death with you. He did, and now because he was raised, he breathes life into all who would believe. That's salvation, and none of that's possible without the incarnation. I'm so thankful God came to us.